sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're kicking off this deep dive looking at how AI is transforming businesses, and we've got a whole bunch of your sources here ready to go. It's going to be fascinating.
It really is. And, it's interesting when we talk about AI, a lot of people immediately think of like robots and,
Right.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, like taking over jobs and all that.
Exactly. But it's so much more than that, It's really about how AI can be like a secret weapon for businesses to really,
Secret weapon. I like that.
to boost their success, make better decisions, and even, come up with completely new ideas.
Absolutely. And I think that's what we're going to unpack in this deep dive.
Yeah.
We all know that AI can handle like those boring, repetitive tasks.
Right.
Like data entry and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But, what else can AI actually do? What are we talking about here?
Well, think about this. Every single day, businesses generate mountains of data.
Yeah.
Like tons of it. Customer interactions, sales numbers, market trends. It's just way too much for any human to really process and understand.
It's overwhelming, right?
Totally. But AI can analyze all that data and spot patterns that we humans might completely miss.
So it's like having a super brain.
Yeah, like a brainy superpower.
Working for you 24/7.
Exactly. Nonstop.
But how does that actually like help a business?
Well, for starters, it means they can make smarter decisions and faster decisions. Imagine knowing what your customer wants before they even realize it themselves.
Wow.
Or like knowing exactly when to restock your inventory so you're never caught off guard.
That's amazing.
Right.
One of the articles you sent mentioned a company called SupplyWise, and they actually used AI to do exactly that.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
They were able to predict demand, like fluctuations with 95% accuracy.
Yeah. That's the kind of accuracy that goes straight to, affects their bottom line, makes them more profitable.
Exactly. They were saying they cut their warehousing cost by 15%.
Wow.
And they even got products to customers, like 2 days faster.
It's incredible what AI can do, It's not just about like robots taking over. It's about making things better.
Right, and more efficient.
Exactly.
Okay, so we can see AI is a huge, advantage when it comes to like saving money and making things more efficient.
Yeah.
But I'm also seeing a lot about how AI can really drive innovation.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, what's the connection there? How does that work?
Well, AI can help businesses do things that were, basically impossible before. Like, remember that article about Innovate Tech?
Yeah.
They used AI to develop a whole new line of products just based on what they learned from customer data.
Right. It's incredible. They went from like zero to market leader in just a couple of years.
It's mind-blowing, and it's all thanks to AI.
So it's clear that AI is a tool that businesses can use, like right now.
Right now.
To get ahead and stay ahead of the game.
No, it's not about replacing us, It's about helping us be even better.
Right. It's like AI is giving us superpowers.
Totally.
Okay, so we've talked about how AI can make businesses smarter.
Yeah.
Make better decisions, come up with new ideas. But how does all this impact, the actual people doing the work?
Right. Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, everyone's wondering, like, what's going to happen with their jobs, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of, concern around that.
Yeah.
One of your sources even, like, mentioned this study that said that nearly half of all jobs right now could be, like, automated.
Oh, wow.
In the next decade or two.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary thought for a lot of people, I'm sure. I mean, who knows what the future holds, right? But it does seem like work is going to, change a lot.
Right, yeah.
But I don't think it's all, bad news.
So it's not necessarily like a humans versus machines kind of thing.
Right.
But more like, humans and machines working together.
Yeah, working together, that's the key. AI is really good at, things that are repetitive or need a lot of data or like a ton of precision.
Yeah.
But we humans, we're still way better at, things like creativity and like critical thinking or emotional intelligence.
Yeah, that human connection.
Exactly.
I think one of the articles called it cognitive collaboration.
Oh, yeah.
Where AI and humans, work together, like using each other's strengths.
Exactly. It's like AI can take care of all that boring stuff.
Right.
So we have more time to focus on, the stuff that we're really good at.
It's like having like the perfect assistant. Right.
Totally. And one that never gets tired or makes a mistake.
So instead of AI, like, replacing jobs, could it actually create new jobs?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there are already new jobs popping up that are all about like managing AI or training AI or like figuring out what all that data from AI means.
That makes sense.
And, AI is going to like shake things up in so many different industries. Like think about healthcare or education or even transportation. There's going to be like a huge demand for people who really know how to use AI.
Yeah. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's just, change.
Right. It's about adapting and evolving
Right.
and learning new things.
So how do we actually prepare for this?
Yeah.
For some people, it might be a whole new skill set that they need to learn, right?
And that's where, this idea of upskilling comes in.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, it's super important for businesses to like invest in training their employees, help them get ready for this new AI world.
Make sure they're not left behind.
Exactly. And, it's not just on businesses. Like individuals need to, step up too. They got to be proactive, keep learning new things, and be ready to adapt.
Right. So it's like a joint effort.
Yeah, we got to work together on this one.
It's interesting because one of your sources was talking about how AI is actually making all these like really advanced tools accessible to smaller businesses.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It used to be that only, huge companies with tons of money could afford to use AI.
Right, yeah.
But now, thanks to, cloud computing and all these user-friendly tools, even small businesses and startups can use AI.
That's great. So it's kind of like leveling the playing field in a way.
Totally. It's like a huge opportunity for, smaller businesses to really innovate and compete.
Yeah.
And it could lead to, like, more economic growth, more new jobs.
That's exciting. But, there's also some I guess you could say concerns about AI too, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. Like with any new technology, there's always some potential downsides, right? Like
Right.
a lot of people are talking about, what happens if AI becomes too powerful or even dangerous?
Yeah, like in those sci-fi movies where the robots take over.
Exactly. But, while Hollywood loves that kind of stuff, I think we're still a long way off from like a robot uprising or anything like that.
Right.
But, it is important to be aware of those risks and to make sure we're developing AI responsibly.
So what does that mean? What does responsible AI actually look like?
Well, it means creating AI systems that are transparent, so we can understand how they work, and accountable, so we know who's responsible if something goes wrong.
Right, so there's checks and balances.
Yeah, exactly. And it also means making sure that AI is used for good, to make the world a better place.
Yeah, not just for profit.
Right. We got these conversations about the ethics of AI, make sure we're all on the same page.
So it's not just about what AI can do,
Right.
but what it should do.
Exactly. It's a really important distinction.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've talked about how amazing AI is and how it can like transform businesses, create new jobs, and drive all kinds of innovation.
Yep.
But we've also, recognize that there are some risks
Yeah, for sure.
and challenges that we got to address.
We got to be smart about it.
Right. So as we kind of move forward, what are some things that, businesses and individuals should be thinking about?
Well, I think the most important thing is to stay informed, This is a field that's changing so fast.
It's changing every day, it seems like.
Totally. So you got to keep up with the latest developments, read articles, go to conferences, talk to experts.
Yeah, do your research.
Exactly. The more you know about AI, the better prepared you'll be.
So, beyond staying informed, what can businesses and individuals actually do to, prepare for this AI future?
Well, businesses really need to start, like, experimenting with AI now.
Okay.
Like, don't wait.
Yeah.
Jump in. Start exploring how it can help them.
So don't be afraid to, dip your toes in the water and see what it's all about.
Exactly. And for individuals, I think the most important thing is to, be a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
Embrace new technology, learn new skills.
Be adaptable.
Exactly. The jobs of the future, they're going to require, a mix of technical skills, creativity, and critical thinking.
It's almost like, in this age of AI, we need to become more human, not less human.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. The things that make us human, like empathy, our ingenuity, and our ability to connect with each other.
Right.
Those are going to become even more important as AI takes over more of those routine tasks.
So it's not about becoming robots ourselves.
Right.
But it's about using AI to amplify our strengths, to do things that we couldn't do before.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all this talk about AI, it makes me wonder, like, what are some of the really big changes
Yeah.
that it could bring about in the next, few years? What are you most excited about?
Well, one thing that I think is super fascinating is how AI could, like, help us solve some of the world's biggest problems.
Oh, wow.
Like climate change, poverty, even diseases.
Yeah.
AI could help us, analyze huge amounts of data,
Right.
find patterns,
Yeah.
and maybe even come up with solutions that we would never thought of before.
It's almost like, AI could be a force for good, like on a global scale.
Exactly. And I'm also really excited about how AI can personalize education, make it more engaging and effective for everybody.
Okay.
Like imagine having AI tutors that can like adapt to each student's needs.
That would be a game changer. Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into AI and its impact on the business world, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay.
We've talked about how AI is, changing so rapidly.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for the future of business? What's it going to look like in, 5, 10, or even 20 years?
That's the big question, isn't it? I think it's safe to say that things are going to keep changing.
Yeah.
Even faster than they are now.
Oh, wow.
And the businesses that, embrace AI, adapt quickly, and are always looking for new ways to do things, those are the ones that are going to succeed.
Okay.
And the ones that, hold on to the old ways of doing things, they're probably going to get left behind.
It's like survival of the fittest for businesses.
Yeah, totally. And that's why it's so important to, be proactive, keep learning, and never be afraid to try new things.
I love that. Well, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about today. AI is definitely a powerful force, and it's already changing the business world in amazing ways.
It really is.
And it's only going to become more important in the years to come.
Absolutely.
So, keep learning, stay curious, and dive into this exciting world of AI.
Explore all the possibilities.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It was fun.
And until next time, happy learning.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all